love that motley crew. So Aaron Sorkin's lefty gas cloud, known as the Newsroom, belched forth on HBO Sunday. And you know who loved it? Dan Rather. Yeah, him. The guy who did the news, meaning delivering liberal pap under the guise of journalism. He reviewed the show for some blog. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Once the king, he's now writing for shut-ins. Anyway, Dan liked the show because it's what news should be, i.e. liberal. Meanwhile, to help promote this mess, British actress Emily Mortimer, seen here, laments how dangerously uninformed we Yankees are. Yet in the same Salon blog, she says George Bush was president for 10 years and describes the Tea Party, who elected dozens of politicians, as the lunatic fringe. This from a self-described anarchist hailing from England, where their media is as balanced as their teeth. How much you want to bet she sees Occupy Wall Street as fine? To a dolt like her, protesting against bureaucracy peacefully is scarier than planning to blow up bridges. The Newsroom is a loser's lament from a marginalized mindset, harkening back to a time when the left ran everything. No wonder they hate Fox News, which really means they hate you, non-coastal types who don't own Priuses held together by bumper stickers. Yep, Emily Mortimer hates you, Aaron Sorkin hates you, and HBO hates you. But you should accept the hate proudly. You've earned it because you're right, and their show sucks. That's all I had to say about it. So what do you want to talk about?
So you really liked it?
Yeah. Well, Andrew, you watched it. How would you describe it? It was like a time machine that went back to fight old battles they lost or something.
With Days of Our Lives sprinkled on top. The drama, I mean, if you've ever seen a newsroom in action, no one's stopping to give these bold speeches, these self-important, bloviating, guys, we should stop and think about whether or not we have courage to run a story like this. No one does that in the newsroom. They look at each other and go, run the tape, do this story, move, move, move. I just thought it was very, very predictable. You know, they had, of course, the liberal feminist when at the beginning of it on the stage, and she's railing about how the National Endowment of the Arts is so great. And of course they pick a white guy to be the Republican. They'd never have a woman like Dana and I play the conservative.
Oh no, if they did, we would be crazy.
Exactly. And then the middle anchor man, actually, he also takes shots at this one girl. She gets up to ask a question about why America is so great, the greatest country. And he starts going off. He said, listen, you sorority, basically calling her a bimbo.
Yeah.
And I thought, is that Aaron Sorkin's hatred of women coming out? Or what is that? That was very rude.
This is no Mary Tyler Moore show.
This is how you guys watch TV? I mean, I actually liked it. I watched the first maybe 14 or 15 minutes of it.
Maybe that's why you liked it.
It was more like kind of going to the zoo or watching a sporting event. You just kind of watch it. I mean, I love the news. I love politics. It was kind of goofy. And when you start to pick out those things, you go, oh, look what he's doing there. He's making fun of conservatives there. Oh, look what he's doing there. He's putting liberals up on a pedestal. But it's okay.
You weren't groaning?
The West Wing did the same thing.
You weren't groaning the whole time?
No, not really.
The West Wing was a little more subtle, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no subtlety here. No. Bob, what did you make of this? I bet you didn't watch a single minute of it. You actually have a life. You go out and do things.
I hate you.
Why do you hate me?
I hate you. Because you... it's a good thing you're short and everything. I won't beat you up, but I'll forget about it. I don't really care. I mean, 2.1 million people. We had more people watching this yesterday than that. I mean, it's who cares? I mean, I just don't. A newsroom star. The only one that was any good was that network movie. Remember that movie where whoever was sweated and all that stuff?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good. And then they had who was the woman that got killed? I went out with her once actually. The woman who got killed in the newswoman, anchor woman who got killed and flipped their car.
Jessica Savage.
Yeah, Jessica Savage. Yeah, that lasted one date.
Yeah.
So
I can't imagine why.
Yes.
It's interesting, though, they made the lead character, too, they made him a Republican, and so one blogger wrote, you know, that's interesting that they'd have the Republican railing against Republicans, and he goes on to say why we're not the greatest country, and France is great, and Spain is great. You know, all those countries wouldn't be free if it wasn't for the United States.
Cool, I think, if Hollywood had the guts to put together a movie or a story, a line based on how citizen journalists and bloggers are actually the ones that are taking down traditional newsrooms and breaking things apart and exposing things like the selective edit that we saw last week.
Or Dan Rather.
Or Dan Rather, exactly. Zing.
Yeah, I love her name, Mackenzie McHale.
Oh,
that's the name of the character.
Look, you should
Mackenzie
never trust
McHale.
a guy with two first names, but what do you do with a British actress on a show that has two Scottish
Rather's
last
got to be 102
Ignore
years
her.
old now, isn't he?
But the difference between this is entertainment. That's all. It's not game change.
No, it's ideological.
Can you
It's
get out of this segment so I can have a little bit
But
of
it's not game
Yes.
change where they're actually taking
Okay.
shots
Her
at a real
nickname could
person.
be
Propaganda.
I got to move on. Coming up, take a look at this terrifying video.